I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years.
This case is the perfect storm of internet legal myths crashing straight into real-world consequences. Today we're inside Judge Analone's courtroom, and she is not here for games, not here for fantasy law, and definitely not here for sovereign citizen word salad. Front and center is Brian Musgrove, confident, defiant, and convinced he's cracked some secret legal code that places him above the court itself. But here's the twist. Behind all the talk of jurisdiction, all caps names, and private courts are serious felony charges that carry real prison time. Over the next few minutes, watch how quickly theory collides with reality, as Judge Anal dismantles every pseudo-legal claim one by one. The tension builds as Musgrove tries to fire his attorney, questions the court's legitimacy, claims no victim exists, and insists corporations can't testify, only to be hit with potentially 25 years in prison. The question for you is simple. Is this confidence, confusion, or something else entirely? Stay to the end, because the moment where the judge explains exactly what he's facing is one of the cleanest reality checks you'll see in any courtroom.
Mr. Musgrove, you want to come up to the podium, please? This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Joseph Musgrove, file number 23-21461FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Michael Dagger-Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Musgrove. Mr. Dagger-Margosian might, oh, there he is. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, this is a date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Musgrove said that he was appearing on his own behalf. I did verify he is not an attorney, and you are still the attorney of record. So, Mr. Dagger-Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
All right. So, Mr. Musgrove, when you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course,
none of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you.
Here's the first major turning point. The judge doesn't argue, debate, or indulge the sovereign citizen script. She shuts it down immediately. That matters. Sovereign arguments thrive when courts entertain them. Instead, Judge Anal establishes control within seconds. You are in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction, and your legal theories don't work, eh? Notice Musgrove's strategy, though. His testing boundaries, seeing how far he can push before consequences appear. This is classic sovereign citizen behavior, overwhelmed with jargon. Hope the court hesitates. But it doesn't. Question for you. Is this genuine belief, or just a stall tactic to avoid the real charges?
So,
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that if we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger-Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid And it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you.
This is a textbook moment you'll recognize in dozens of these cases. He claims the clerk refused his filings, but here's why that usually happens. Courts reject documents when they are filled with irrelevant citations, fake legal phrases, or demands that don't exist in law. Sovereign templates circulate online promising secret loopholes, and defendants walk into court convinced they've unlocked a hidden system. But courtrooms don't run on internet PDFs. They run on statutes and precedent. Judge Anal One doesn't mock him, doesn't escalate. She simply says the magic words, not valid under Michigan law or the U.S. Constitution. Translation: you found a website, not a defense.
We have budgets. The court system is not a profit-generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected, people who are victims of crimes are protected, and that's why we have all
But in order
these.
for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case
The victim
because
would be the company. and the
you are
company-
charged.
I can't face. the
Actually,
company.
just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years.
Here comes one of the most common sovereign talking points. The court is a business claim. Musgrove suggests everyone in the room profits from his prosecution, as if criminal court is a revenue factory. Judge Anal One answers with pure practicality. Same paycheck no matter the outcome, no bonus for convictions. The accusation collapses instantly. But psychologically, this tells us a lot about Musgrove's worldview. If the system is corrupt, then nothing is his responsibility. If everyone is in on it, he becomes the victim, not the defendant. It's easier to believe in conspiracy than to face the possibility of embezzlement charges with real victims and real consequences.
You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to 25 years in prison. So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But their
can't stand
representative
it.
can. Yes, they can.
They
Yes, they
can?
can. Yes, they
Okay.
can.
This is the moment reality walks in and pulls up a chair. For the first time, the conversation shifts away from theory and straight into numbers. $68,000 in alleged losses, 15-year felony, plus 10 years stacked for using a computer to commit the crime. That's not paperwork, that's prison. Watch Musgrove's tone here. The emphasis on no victim suddenly meets the fact that businesses absolutely can be victims under the law. And here's the irony. Sovereign citizens claim courts ignore the Constitution, yet corporate personhood and victim status are legal doctrines built directly from constitutional interpretation. The law he rejects is the same law he needs.
So I have $189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So
Yeah,
yes,
but
they can. Yes,
They're
you
going
can
by
be charged.
everything,
You
all the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for fictitious.
Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a fictitious
crime.
corporation, I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're
Okay.
standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all caps name is that.
That means nothing. That's not valid. It's
Okay.
not legal.
right.
So do you want to represent yourself or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing for Mr. Musgrove?
This exchange is brutal and hilarious at the same time. Musgrove argues a company can't speak, so he can't face his accuser. Judge Anal One responds like a law professor on doublespeed. Representatives testify, corporations sue and are sued. And yes, they absolutely appear in court. Then comes his big line about being a living person instead of a corporate entity. Her comeback is instant. That's why you're standing in front of me. No yelling. No sarcasm. Just precision. Moments like this show the gap between internet mythology and courtroom practice. Law isn't magic words. It's procedure, evidence, and statutes. Sovereign phrases don't cancel felony charges like a coupon code.